Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense with a big smile on my face because today's video is one of those that can trigger a lot of people right in the feels, and that's both a lot of fun and important. Being triggered, it shows you where you have yet to grow, so congratulations if you get triggered from watching this video. It's proof that I'm right and you're wrong, and you should listen to me so you can learn something. Most women just don't beat my standards. You know, I'm jacked, I'm stacked, I'm confident, charismatic, comedic genius, big bulbous biceps, beautiful boyish face, voluntary celibate for over 5 years. Yes, if you were to go through the entire list of things that makes me great, it's probably better if we just schedule a live stream for that. Still, I am single though. How come? And I'm sure that this is, there are some guys that absolutely hate it when I talk like this with this attitude. I'm sure you're gonna tell me why that makes complete sense and why I'm not all that I think I am, and all that, But to you guys that can actually listen and understand the thing like, rhetoric, presentation and that, this video is not about me, okay? As usual, I'm just using me as example for some different things I want to be talking about. And we're going to be talking about women, but it's not just about women, this, guys. It's about standards, having high standards, an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset, okay? So I find that a lot of guys, when it comes to women, have a scarcity mindset. I've made my videos about my voluntary celibacy, and you can go check them out. We're not going to talk about the reasons why. It's all in those videos. But one thing I get from guys is kind of like, well, I explain my reasoning, but I'm not going to do too deeply right now. But pretty much, I just want one girl. I'm not into sex just for the sake of having sex anymore. No, I want to partner up with one girl and have a family. And yeah, we're going to have sex, but just looking for sex, it just doesn't interest me anymore. And I get all kinds of comments from guys that's kind of like, oh, you don't want to be wasting your youth or your best years when you could have. Oh, it's not a big deal, Oh, like when you're old, blah blah, regrets, blah blah. To me, this is like a complete scarcity mindset. It's as if I'm supposed to sacrifice what I want most of all because I might not get that. So at least, a little scraps, just fucking some girls, I should at least do that because, well, maybe I won't get what I truly want. I'll regret not having a bunch of casual sex as an old man. I'm open to changing my mind about some things and that, but if there's one thing I know I will not be regretting at the end of my life, it's like, oh, I should have just fucked more girls randomly that I didn't know, having more casual sex. Like, wasting your youth, some people have called it, when I don't go around sleeping with women now. Like, I've done that thing, is what you gotta realize. I saw from 18 to 25, like for a few years there I was in a relationship too, but a big mission was always get laid. The next girl, date and try to hook up the next girl, whether it's through a dating app or when we're going out to a club or bar or something. I consider that wasting my youth. It was a complete waste. Like, I don't have any regrets. I learned from that, but that was an actual waste of time. That was actual bullshit activities, okay? And so, I used to be that way, right? So I both see this kind of thing, that guys just think you have to sleep with enough women, there's something you're missing out on if you don't do that, As if it's like the same, like, when you're lying there on your deathbed, you're gonna regret that you didn't eat more junk food, didn't poison yourself with more hyper-processed candy and stuff. It's like, no. Like, I wouldn't even be I would be dead way sooner, Probably from a way more painful cause of death, too. But so, I see both this with guys, that they think they're missing out on something if they just don't sleep with as many girls as possible. But also this thing, when guys, really want a girlfriend, I need a girlfriend. I want to do this so I can get a girlfriend, But personally, I'm not interested in that. I want the girlfriend. Not as in I think, oh, there's just one out there. No, but I mean, I'd actually rather be alone than to lower my standards to something I'm not happy with. And this is what I feel like, that's what I mean, this video is not going to be about women only. I feel like this is what a lot of people do. They keep themselves away from what they know. This is what I want. This is what I truly want in life. But I'm worried I might not get that. I probably can't anyway, and it would take so much hard work. Better just hold on to little scraps of things that are maybe better than nothing, but nowhere near what I really want, And that's why I feel like when guys try to what do girls like? How can I adjust myself to some kind of general standards that girls have? It's like, look at the standard person, man or woman. Like, there's nothing impressive about them. And this is who you're trying to please? You know, how can you not have higher standards than that? I'm not understanding it. And so yeah, I had this old view. I had a sort of scarcity mindset, like, well, I need to sleep with more. It's actually when I was in a relationship, like, of course, it was never a relationship for me, so I felt trapped in it for a while. But one thing also that made me want out was like, I felt like I have not slept with enough girls yet. I gotta do that. I've seen a bunch of guys. If they're not the guy that's like, oh, I need a girlfriend, they're the guy with the girlfriend. It's like, oh, I need to sleep with more women for some reason, you know. But so I was always like that. Then coming out on the other side of the panic attack thing, I went through also videos about that. You know, I noticed that this need to just sleep with women, hook up with women, was kind of gone. But then I knew nothing other than that. I am like, is it even okay to be looking at things this way? So I slept with like 2 or 3 girls out of habit. But then I decided that, you know, I've confirmed now, this was all bullshit. I do not care about this anymore. I want one good woman to team up with. And then I started thinking, what kind of woman is that? You know, more traditional, conservative, family-oriented, like values being a mother more than having a nice job in an office, you know, wearing a suit to work or something, you know. Shares some mutual worldviews with me, some values, lifestyle. I'd love her to have a healthy fitness lifestyle, you know. And so I think about that. It's like, oh, are girls, do they even exist? Or if they do, like, will they even get that I'm the kind of guy that's right for them? But I decided that, you know what? I'm happier than I've ever been by myself and with myself. So why rush it? You know, I'll just work on becoming even better, even more of the man I become. And if I'm not good enough for that kind of girl yet, then I'll just become that. And if I don't find that girl, I'll just be some kind of teacher monk guy, because I refuse to just settle for something that I'm not happy with. I know exactly what I want. That's what I'm going after. And I find peace in the fact, if I don't get that, I find peace in the fact that I tried, I went for it. I didn't just settle for something mediocre. You know, I see it so much in relationships. People that just settle, people that are with someone, probably, you know, you don't see it as much out in public, but you just realize that it's not they're not having a good thing at home there. They just settle out of fear of being alone, so they kept themselves from, like, the real thing, what was actually meant for them, right? And so I happened to meet the girl that I fell in love with and was together with, and it's a complicated story that I've alluded to many times in my videos, and I'm not going to tell you everything. And of course, reasons why I love this girl is like, it's a personal thing, of course. But if I'm just to list a little bit of traits that I think many guys watching this video would like, you know, she is more traditional, she is more conservative, low body count, just been in a couple of relationships before, and that's it, really, you know. Oh, she wants to cook for me, she wants to take care of me, she really wants to be a mother, you know. Yes, we do share beliefs and worldviews and values. She is into a healthy lifestyle and trains and that. And if anything, when it comes to worldview, all the feminism and all that, if anything, she's more critical towards all of that than me. And one thing I love, she was more critical towards women than men. And I'm the same, but towards men, right? That's one of the things, it's one of the worst things I know. Well, whether you're a man or woman, but all you do is complain about the other sex. It's like, maybe before you whine so much about the other sex, maybe you could do a better job at representing yours, right? Like, if you're a man and you spend more time complaining about women and how they are this and they're not good for this, you're not a man, you're just a male. You're a boy. Come on. Girls, It's that kind of attitude, you know. Fucking take some responsibility. I mean, it's no wonder that women as a whole aren't like that great now, because men as a whole aren't that great, okay? Like, fucking fix yourself before you point the finger to everyone else, right? But the point there is, like, okay, so I got involved. I actually, with this kind of mindset that I'm not gonna settle. I'm gonna have an amazing woman, or not at all. I attracted a woman like that in many ways, like, overshot any standards that I had. Like, amazing, like I said, because when there's love, there's always components that don't list your little criteria of these things I like in a person, right? But then, you know, both there's some quite difficult circumstances that don't really have to do with her and me, but then there were some things that didn't meet my standards, you know. I don't think she fought hard enough. I don't think she tried hard enough, right? And that's the thing about me. for the person I love, I'm gonna give everything. This is why I know, why I can have such high standards, because I know that I'm delivering something fucking amazing in the end, right? So why should I have some little bull standards when I'm here? I don't even reach how high I am. I am the best man I know, and some people watching will go, oh, arrogance, narcissism, blah, blah, blah. It's just that you should be that. You should be that, of course, because you're always gonna know yourself better. I'm sure there's men that are better than me, but I'm the one I personally know, and I know the most about. I just know that, yeah, any woman that I decide to be with is going to be so lucky. She's going to be so prioritized. She's going to be so taken care of. I'll do everything for her. I literally die for her. It's like a fantasy I know many men have had, but I'm not doubting it. It's easy to talk before you're there, but that's like, yes, I get to graduate this school early with like with honorable exit like that. Yes, I do it at any point, So my point here, I actually talk way more about women than I thought, but it's like, there was one guy that emailed me, an older guy, Lawrence, and he wanted, like, I liked emailing with him, but man, if you're still watching, you wrote such long emails, like I couldn't possibly get to them in the end, even though they were interesting still. But he wanted me to kind of, one thing he liked is like, I want to inspire men to like go for more, and yes, it's like so much in this world is just telling us to, like, just follow the rules, just go to school, get a job, do this, do this, do that. Like, if you're less than this, you suck, and if you're more than this, like, I mean, who do you think you are? You think you are something? It's like, fucking go for greatness, guys. Like, don't settle. It's like, yeah, you have like one life, like don't try to get by with holding on to the little things you think you can have. Like, go for everything. It just takes intention, dedication, effort, but you can get everything. I want to get I just take my like physical standards. Like, of course I decided that I'm not just okay with being in decent shape, looking better than most people. Oh, I have a bit of abs, and no, when I found this, I'm like, it's going to be insane. I need to get to like insane shape. That's my standard. And when I get to hear like women, they don't even care about that. Or I wouldn't want to be a jack anyway. No, I wouldn't want to waste all that time in the gym. Well, I'm just so happy that I get to do this, so I don't give a fucking shit about your little standards down here. I won't lower my standards for anyone just because women think something or you think something. I'm like, okay, good. Well, I think this, so that's what I'm going for, right? And lo and behold, I reached that. I made that video. It was recorded here in the field too. Real men are ripped, because I want you guys to have higher standards for yourself. It's like, and then there's these guys that want to make excuses and la 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 la. It's like, okay, but so you're really defending, like, it's okay to don't be so ambitious. Like, don't tell people to be so ambitious and that they can accomplish more. It's actually okay. Like, you can stay and be less, and that's okay. All these people, like even the people I mentioned are going to be triggered by a video like this, they're fighting themselves through me, of course. It's like really just trying to justify their lazy, non-ambitious choices, right? But I want, like I tell you, if you're not going to work with this, I understand that your standard isn't quite as high as mine, but I made it very clear in that video, all men could like look like fucking Greek gods, just a little smaller versions, If they just decided that that's my standard, it's like, oh, better than average. Well, just again, look at average. What is there to brag about being better than that? It's like, you gotta be way, way, way better according to my standard to be like a decent, like acceptable. Like, acceptable is not the same as average, right? The acceptable standard I have, that it would be like way, 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 way above average. But then take something like with work, Like, when I got into this life, I knew that what I found, I need to make it as an occupation, something. I start bringing it for free YouTube videos and stuff. I somehow need to be able to make money out of this so I can do it all the time for a living, And so I started personal training first because I knew that that's like like even the job of personal training is like the actual education, And then I happened to actually get like when you're going to be working for someone else, it's literally the best personal training job you can get here in Sweden, in a very like luxurious place So, you know, it's both status that, you know, a lot of the normie people care about for some reason. Oh, I look at this fancy place I work in, this cool title I have, or whatever, you know. But it's also, it's really, really good pay compared to most personal training jobs like that. Like, the many people that, I don't know, work in economy or something, you'll be earning more as a personal trainer, right? I got this job, but I just did not like it. I'm just like, no, this was never what I was about. There's a lot of people that are just rich here that it's like they're not even into health. They just like the whole experience, being in the spa and having a little person take care of them and talk to them and that. And it's like, all of that is fine, but I want to actually get to work with people that want to work on the sense of become better. I don't care to be a little babysitter to like all these fancy people, you know. So I decided to go for it. Like, I started recruiting clients for my online business. And so many people, when I just like, I got that job, I quit it almost immediately and went all in on doing my own business. Many people think like I'm crazy. And what are you doing? You had, and of course my parents, God bless them, but of course to them that was perfect. I see our son works at this fancy place and he's making nice money, you know, all in that old mindset, right? But to me, it's a scarcity mindset that I just, because I happen to get a personal training job that's like, oh, it's better than most. But it's like, it's not what I want to do. I cannot be happy with that. So I went in to do my own business. Started out well, but then I had struggles like with my own like mental health for other reasons, you know. Like, so I'm having darker times and business is slower and the YouTube channel is growing slowly. Like, of course, I'm sitting there something. Maybe I should have just kept the fucking job I didn't like, you know. But I kept at it. And now things are really exploding, both in terms of like just a following on YouTube, reaching more people. But business-wise, it's going a lot better too. It's like, refuse to settle, guys. I've gotten some things now in my life that I'm like, this is exactly what I want, not less, you know. This is exactly what I shot for. I just had to work really hard for it. Like, I took 3 things. It's like the body, the job, and then the girl, and then, okay, it might not work out with her, you know. I had to, like I said, in some ways she turned out to not meet my standards, but now it was just a confirmation. I grew a lot from that, you know. I would be way super ready for the next person. Also know that, like, yes, I am attracted to that kind of girl, you know. Not that I doubted it, but, you know, it's like even reinforced from that experience. And I know now that the way I go about life, it makes me unavailable to a lot of girls, right? I mean, both as in, most girls I just find like, no, not interesting, not whatsoever. You know, like, okay, I'm sure your vagina is great, you know, but what more do you have to offer? And frankly, how much more do many girls have to offer? Like, I want to be clear too, that it's not an anti-woman video at all. Like, I love women, but to me and my standards and what I want, like, what do most women have to offer me? Very little, very little. And so, but also I realize, like, even if I would think a lot of women, you know, oh, I don't want a guy without much muscle. It's like, keep telling yourself you don't want the guy you could ever have, right? But maybe I do some of that too, you know, keep saying like, oh, all of these here. Well, it doesn't really matter to me. The point is, like, I know what kind of relationship and girl I want. That's all I want. Nothing other than that. So I'll be patient. I'll be happy to not rush it, just go about doing my thing. And I've seen how many things when I've like not just gone for the easy option that are like, okay, convenient, or maybe a decent thing, you know, when I've dedicated myself hard enough, worked, and I've just made up my mind that that's what I'm going to have and nothing else, I've gotten it always in the end. Okay, but what I always get, even if we talk about like an actual end result like that, you know what you always get? That you stay true to yourself, that you did life, you did things on your terms. You didn't just like, oh, well, this is what I expected of me. I think this is what I should do. I think that's what girls like. I do life my fucking way, my life, my one life, you know. No, just bowing to some kind of rules and standards of other people. I have my standards. I refuse to let them go. And that's what I want you guys to do. Like, just dare to go for more. It's like, it's not, everyone doesn't have to be a YouTuber. Everyone doesn't have to be huge, jacked. It's like, I just want, my message here is just that, guys, go for what you actually want. Not what you think you maybe could get. Not what you probably could hold on to because you'd never get the thing you dream of. Like, go for it. And I want you to understand, we're talking about women and that. Like, the woman that's like perfect for you, amazing. She might not be that for me, but I want, that's how I want you to feel in a relationship, for instance. Not like, oh, this is probably the best girl I can get, like viewing a person kind of like a trophy or something like that. And just like, you know, just become who you're supposed to be, and you're going to be very attractive to the kind of girl you're supposed to be with, okay? Don't worry so much about trying to fit in and please some kind of general standard. No, you go for your standards. You're the one that chooses now. Okay, you live up to my standards. I'm not trying to live up to your standards. You can join my life because I see that you live up to my standards, you know. And guys, when we're talking about women and that, like, it's, you know, many guys like to bring up that women are like, oh, where did all the good men go? And then they're like sluts and hate on white men and all these things, you know, which would be true. But it's kind of also like where the good men wondering, complaining about women. Like, who are you? You're some skinny fat little guy. You're talking about how women should be sluts, but you try to hook up with them all the time. Complete hypocrite, you know. You're not setting a good example whatsoever, right? And you think women are supposed to go first? This is also a funny, hypocritical like view from many like red pill, manosphere kinds of guys. That they, on one hand, they want to be like, yeah, men are more capable, kind of superior in every way. On the other hand, though, women won't be good, so I won't. It's like, make up your mind, you know. You can't just have it like that. Women are equal to you when it's convenient, when you think that they should try harder for you, but not all other times. They're just inferior, worse at everything. It's like, no, guys, it's like me, you know. I'll take that as one example before we go here. I definitely want a girl with a low body count, has just been ran through right before I meet her. But I've also decided to be a voluntary celibate for 5 years. And you know what, I've been in this conversation many times with, like having a conversation with a girl, and I've just expressed that I don't think women should sleep around, you know. It's like, well, what about men then? And you often get, and do you realize how amazing it is to be like, yes, that's completely true. And that's why I've been in a celibate for 5 years. It's like, what are you supposed to, what are you going to tell me now, honey, you know? Then you're going to just have to disagree with me completely. But you're just going to have to admit that, okay, he's not a hypocrite, you know. It's not anti-woman what he's telling me, because he has the same standard for himself. Yeah, guys, it's just like, follow your standard, become who you think is an amazing man, not who you think you need to be to fit in or get a girl and maybe get by, you know. No, follow your standards, your calling, you become a king, and then what the things and people meant for you will come to you. Because you get to choose now. They meet your standards because you made yourself someone that people want to meet your standards, right? I'm trying to, I think I have a minute there of space. I've almost no idea what I've been talking about, you know. But guys, that's a big thing on Uncommon Sense here. That's why, you know, I want, because I learned from my life, it's like so much more than everything I ever dreamed of and more was possible. It just takes you going for it and doing it, you know. That's what I want you guys to do. Stop settling. Stop keeping yourself small. Go. Become something fucking amazing. That's why I tell people, follow your dreams. If you don't like your job, quit it. If you know what you're really supposed to do, start doing that. No matter how uncertain and scary it feels now, you know. You're stuck in a relationship, you know it's not right. Dump her. Get the fuck out, you know. And so on. Go for it. You just have one life. Don't waste it trying to hold on to scraps, to breadcrumbs. Go for the whole fucking loaf of bread. Put a shit ton of butter on there, and cheese, and enjoy. So now that the space is gonna end, but you know, like, buy my book, coaching, DM, Instagram, email, subscribe, fitness, losing weight, muscle, mindset. It's a mindset, guys. Okay, I made it. Peace.